you banged. Well, before your well, don't worry about your narrators. You may have, look when people appear in our unified field and we assume it's related to the activity. And your friend has to do something else, but well, I mean, it's there to comment on it, and someone from your unified field showed up. The we were dumping a lot of information on people, like about what the act what the what's underneath all this stuff that's happening, and why it's the government shutdown, the end of looks like healthcare isn't coming. But it's a bit what we were saying in all the other videos. Well, there's your friend who reads all the papers. Like, there's something to comment on. It must be their, must they think, their unified field is, a guy came up to me and said something, and we must be doing our thing. And what could it be about? Well, I assume it's about today's paper. We were looking at Investors Business Daily, but there's an article in, what is this, the Chronicle? It says, the title is 3 American Academics Share Economics Award. Before we move on to what's in there, it's really important to say we talk about the universities all the time. Academics, they don't just go into academia, as in under the way things are. You don't have special training to be, let's say, in charge of economic policy making, or those are academics. It's not there isn't like some other when sometimes you say something is just academic, like it doesn't have any application in the real world. It's just sort of an academic study, but it may suggest that the universities are causing less harm than they are. No, all those who shape how reality happens, because they're in policy positions that affect, like, the way our economy is structured and everything. Now, those are academics, okay? But what's well, it isn't amazing. It's what's been going on. So this is in line with what's been happening anyway. The 2 American academics who are was that right? The Nobel Memorial Prize in Economic Sciences. They are on these are 2 economists who are on the faculty at the University of Chicago. Someone was asked to someone I guess one of them was asked to comment on how they felt about winning the Nobel Memorial Prize in Economic Sciences. And his quote was disbelief. That's the only way to put it. We know what he means, that he won an award, but no, disbelief should be that this is no, but this is what's going on. I mean, it's not like that. It's not particular. It's what's going on. The University of Chicago Economics Department is where we spoke about the reason we can't have healthcare, the reason we can't build our infrastructure, the reason now the government's shut down when we try to see what happens if we can negotiate healthcare. Where did this come from? Right, it was designed on blackboards at the University of Chicago. That's that. But do you call this ironic? One of them happens to be one of the economists happens to be named Robert Shiller. He's at Yale University. He's is he? They're both at the Chicago University of Chicago. Oh, one of them, the other one's from Yale. Okay, his last name is Schiller. Okay, it's a coincidence, but it gives us an opportunity to talk about something. On your narrator's Facebook page, I keep trying to delete that goddamn thing that's meant for children called the New World Order Resistance. Can't seem to delete it. I think your programmers are put it in there to make it as a sick joke. But well, I do actually get a feed in my thing that everyone should get that's related to the, world economics and stuff, and it's the page of the Schiller Institute. Frederick Schiller was I read his he's long gone. He's an economist. I don't want to say the wrong thing. The Schiller Institute is an institute that is the kind of place where they are fully aware of what's happened to all the economies, um, which was designed at the University of Chicago, and now they're still giving out Nobel Memorial Prizes in economic sciences to these kind of people who are responsible for why the thinking of such people is why governments are now powerless to transnational financial investors. So that's there to comment on. But then also in the other paper, it makes the point that what if you're an investor like your friend here, it says, well, what happened, right? Are we have a market that's psychological? It has nothing to do with real economy. I should mention that thing. 90 ever since our lifetime and all these changes, it used to be that 90% of the capital in international exchanges is unrelated to the real economy. It's just all like speculative. Okay, that's new. But it says the headline here in Investors Business Daily is the debt ceiling offer. The fact that there's some negotiating offer eases tensions, sends stocks flying, and the subtitle is "But there's no deal yet." Okay, in other words, it's psychological, like the fact that the two main senators involved might work out their personal differences, like sends stocks soaring, and then if things take a bad turn, stocks will go down. That's not related to the physical economy. It's these two economists who got this prize. It's kind of sick what it said. Their work showed that though there is no way to predict prices of stocks and bonds in the short term, it's possible to foresee price trends in the very long run. Okay, right? I mean, it's impossible to predict anything when the stock market's based on things like looks like the two senators might work out their differences or something. It's all psychological. No one can live like that. There's no reason why the stock market has to go up and down based on how what's the recent news or this and that. No, it should be related to growth and production and this and that and everything. But we have no economic sovereignty thanks to the thinking at the Chicago school, and they're still giving out prizes to such people. That's all I'm going to go. When someone comes up to me and says, "Hey, my name is Stephen too. I'm 65 years old. 6 and 5 add to 11." I assume that means we're doing something. If we're not doing something, we're not doing something. I've helped. I just don't know what to tell you. Hold on. I'm just going to stop this. But what does that mean? Rather than say, I guess it's a mystical experience. No, that means I'm being called to do something. I was holding the newspapers when this person appeared from, I don't know, another dimension.